There have been repercussions for agriculture as well as the ecosystem of this state as a result of the wild boar population explosion that has occurred in the United States. Are responsible for causing harm to the agricultural sector in Texas that can amount to hundreds of millions of dollars annually and can even ruin the farms of farmers. Native American wild boars are widely regarded as the most invasive species. For the purpose of preventing destruction, the United States of America takes every precaution to kill and catch wild boars. As a result, what are they going to do with those pigs? Right now, let's go on an adventure together. In the state of Texas, hundreds of wild boars were caught alive after falling into traps throughout the day. But what are they going to do with them? This region has been hit the hardest by the invasion of more than 2 million wild boars, making it the most severely afflicted location. The legislation causes the ecology to be disrupted by destroying and purchasing land in order to construct diagonally across an agricultural area. Over the course of more than a decade, people have been unable to put a halt to their rapid expansion. Additionally, actions have been taken up until this point in order to cope with wild boars. On a daily basis, in addition to hunting, people in Texas also break cages and catch hundreds of wild boars. When hunting wild boars in Texas, it is necessary to have a valid hunting license because trapping might be disruptive to other species of animals. When it comes to capturing feral hogs, there are a wide variety of trap designs available. Nevertheless, in general, they may be classified into two categories: box traps and corral traps. In regions where the feral hog population is relatively modest, box traps are widely utilized. The most efficient traps for capturing huge herds are those that are designed to be placed in corrals. Circular traps are recommended by many professional trappers because they prevent animals from becoming cornered and escaping over the top of the fence. Although fence traps can come in a variety of designs, circular traps are highly recommended. All of the animals can be captured at the same time with these traps. This results in a more efficient reduction of the population and makes the operation of trapping more cost-effective. The installation of cameras at trapping sites has also been made possible by technological advancements, which enables farmers to track the movements of individual pigs. These days, trapping is more effective than it has ever been. Beginning with the preparation of the bait is the first and most significant phase in the trapping process. Corn that has been husked is one of the most popular types of bait that is utilized, but there are many other sorts of bait that can be employed. Therefore, the bait need to be positioned in spot where loy frequently travels to forage. When the pigs come to a stop, they will be readily drawn in by the bait, and they will follow the fragrance of the corn, which will eventually lead them into the trap. In the event that you come across a large number of pigs, the individual who kicks the trap will be able to control the door to fall. Not surprisingly, the pigs are unable to flee. You have to understand that once they are caught in the trap, dozens of pigs will not be able to escape. When the wild pigs are caught using the traps, they are still alive when they are captured. They have the potential to capture hundreds of wild pigs of varying sizes each and every day. When the wild pigs are captured alive, what kind of treatment do they receive? There is a prohibition on the transportation of live wild pigs in several states of the United States due to the possibility of encroachment, as stated by the regulations. It will be necessary for hunters to put them to death before loading them onto trucks for transportation. In Texas, however, it is still possible for anyone to carry live wild pigs to the location where they would be consumed or to the buyer. During the transportation of animals, wild pigs are loaded onto trucks. They are able to outfit massive cages with the purpose of preventing wild boars from escaping. In the past, people in the United States of America did not consume wild boar meat because they believed it was filthy and contained a great deal of bacteria. There will be adverse effects on your health if you consume it. Due to the fact that the United States of America is actively promoting the consumption of wild boar meat, very few individuals have attempted to process it immediately after hunting it. There are no facilities or industries in the United States that are capable of processing wild boars. Almost bulk of the processing is done manually. They have the option of either storing pig in the refrigerator of their home or processing it into dry meat. Even dishes are prepared for distribution to those who are homeless or living in poverty. There are a lot of people who are passionate about wild boar meat and believe that it is not only exceedingly delicious, but also significantly more slimmer than wild boar meat that is reared in cages. The meat of older male pigs, on the other hand, may be more difficult to chew and have a disagreeable flavor. If the wild boar meat has not been completely processed, you should prepare some spices in order to make it more appealing when it has been processed. Not only is it possible to transform wild boar into tea smoke, but it can also be processed into sausages, which can help increase the quality of meals that families eat together. Wild boars are a free source of protein for the human body, and if you reside in an area where it is legal to shoot wild boars, you should consider processing them rather than eating them. You will be able to prepare mouth-watering meat dishes that are difficult to say no to if you are willing to learn how to process them. The United States Supreme Court has passed a regulation that prohibits wild boars because of the devastating potential that they possess. As a result, wild boars are frequently processed after they have been hunted. On the farm that your family owns, they can also be used as food for certain carnivores you keep. How much money do you spend on each meal in light of the current economic climate, which is somewhat challenging? The current economic slump has resulted in a significant number of individuals reducing their expenditures in order to conserve money on their day-to-day living expenses. There are 10 people in my household, and we just require $5 for each meal. Do you not believe it? What do you say we watch the entirety of this video together? A delicious lunch for 10 people can be prepared with only $5 by my family. Many states have seen layoffs as a result of the economic slump, which has resulted in the unemployment of a large number of people. As of right now, this circumstance has not yet been. Who knows how long it will continue to be. Some individuals, however, have applied the method in order to cut down on family expenditures in order to save money. A number of farmers, including ourselves, have made adjustments in order to accommodate the current circumstances. The family farm has been renovated in the most cost-effective manner possible, and the self-sufficiency technique has been taken into consideration. All of this is made possible by the fact that we raise our own veggies and animals, which allows us to affordably prepare meals that are nevertheless rich in nutrients. Let's have a look at how our farm operates. One thing that is quite helpful is the fact that our family farm is situated on a relatively large plot of land. When we were younger, we didn't even give it a second thought. But at this point, we have clearly planned each location. There will be a specialized space for the construction of a basic piglet enclosure, there will be a space for grazing, and there will be a place to grow chickens. It goes without saying that a space dedicated to the cultivation of vegetables is essential, given that, as you are aware, the price of a single package of vegetables purchased from the store ranges from $1 to $2. Not very long ago, it was a really frightening experience to go grocery shopping at a store, so suddenly since everything was so expensive. We were also curious in whether or not those who were without jobs were able to afford to purchase the essentials for each and every meal that their family consumed, such as meat, fish, and vegetables, which were relatively inexpensive. Following our tour of the food shop, we became even more resolute in our intention to establish a farm that would be capable of providing for its own needs by cultivating vegetables and tomatoes, as well as pigs and chickens. Our entire family was responsible for the design and construction of everything, from the construction of the barn, to the installation of an irrigation system for the vegetable garden, to the production of our own protein oil feed for the pigs. This garden will serve as a grazing area for the adult pigs. For the purpose of supplementing the nutrients that they receive from the food that we offer, the pigs will freely forage for dried fruits or grass at any time. In general, grazed pigs are healthier, and their quality and flavor are often superior to those of non-grazed pigs. Because they are active throughout the day, their metabolism is accelerated. Organic food is another significant component that contributes to the success of the meat sector. The quality of the meal is higher than it has ever been. The fact that you will not be required to spend a significant amount of money on maintenance or the upkeep of machinery, as is standard in livestock factories, is the most crucial item. In order to provide the pigs with a place to sleep at night and a place to hide when the weather is cold or wet, it is possible to create basic cages, such as those made of plastic panels or timber cages, for a low cost. You also have the option of consulting by constructing her single wooden right. There is a significant amount of money that can be saved on the construction of the cage because all of the timber components are extremely inexpensive, and the owner of the farm can labor and construct the feeder cage for the feeder on his own. After that, we allowed close to a dozen chickens to freely roam about on the grass. A fence made of steel encircles them on all sides. You are free to move the chickens about and let them forage on the grass. When the hens graze on the ground, they also consume free proteins such as worms and insects. Additional proteins are added. It is possible to say that this is an excellent no-cost source of nutrients for the chickens that belong to the household. You should know that the effect is quite positive for my family. Our state, with its organic vegetables and fruits and animals that have arrived to harvest, and many that, in spite of the fact that each of our meals is still packed with nutrients and quite robust, the expense is not excessively high. There is the possibility of planning your family farm. There are times when the economy is bad, but if you have a garden, you can efficiently plant and rear animals to ensure that your family has access to the most fundamental level of food.